Hey, what's up, guys? This is RC here. Welcome in, welcome back again. If you're new here, hello, nice to meet you. So first things first, let's go. Part two is here. Part two of a two-part series on Brea Beal. On this part, we're going to incorporate Alycia Clark. So stay tuned. It's gonna be great. So as we move ahead, guys, on part two, doing something a little bit different in part one, but it's gonna tie in just the same. So let's start with the comparison angle. Brea Beal, she was selected second round, 24th overall pick of the 2023 WNBA draft by the Minnesota Lynx. Unfortunately, she did not hang on and stick on the roster. She was cut at the end of preseason. An unfortunate transaction, in my opinion. She was the 2022 NCAA champion with, of course, the South Carolina Gamecocks. She was a 2019 McDonald's All-American, 2023 SEC All-Defensive Team player. Brea Beal is known for her defense. And so here we want to kind of compare a talented. I feel Brea Beal is very talented. Like I said in the first video, I think that she has room for improvement offensively, but defensively, I truly believe in Brea Beal. And I also like the fact that she has a nice, in my opinion, she's got a nice shot form. And offensively, she has, what's the right word? Potentially, she can grow. I'll just say that. And when I look at a comparison, instantly I come to Alycia Clark, and I feel like there isn't a reason why you wouldn't want to use Alycia Clark as a template, as an individual who has had a rough start, but has had a fabulous career in the WNBA. And so one of the first things we want to talk about in terms of comparison is just that where she came from. So Alycia Clark, she was drafted in the 2010. She was drafted in 2010, second round, 17th overall pick. Excuse me. So she went to college at Belmont and Middle Tennessee, splitting time at both colleges. She has a what is it, a 12-year, 13-year career. She's a 3-time WNBA champion. If you ask me, I don't know these players. I don't know Alycia personally, but I think that this last championship may have been her sweetest. She is the WNBA Sixth Player of the Year this season. She has been on the All-Defensive First Team. She also is a 3 times Israeli champion. So she has a very extensive highlight and award recognition history. And so one of the biggest things that I want to say about Alycia Clark is that it took her 2 years to get into the WNBA, where she played with the Seattle Storm. Took her a couple of years to actually, become truly impactful, but she worked hard for this. She grind her way. What do we say? What did the younger generation say? She got it out the mud. Alycia Clark got it out the mud, and she could set the perfect example, the perfect foundation for Brea Beal to use as motivation and fuel to say that, this is possible. And, of course, Alycia Clark isn't the only one, but when I look at the prowess that Alycia Clark has defensively, the way she gets after it defensively, and Brea Beal is a very good defender, in my opinion, and a lot of folks' opinion. And it's the offensive side of the ball she needs work on. If she goes ahead and grinds hard and puts in that work offensively, she's definitely going to get looked at. And what better comparison than Alycia Clark, an individual that's versatile, that can play multiple positions, that can knock down the outside shot. It's just a little thing called, putting in the work and just remaining competitive. And Alycia Clark is just a savvy, um, great veteran, and she's always been a hard worker. So sometimes when it's not all presented in front of you, you don't get drafted right away in the first round. Because I was one of those individuals who thought Brea Beal would come off the board in the first round. When it doesn't happen for you the way you anticipate that it would or should, you just continue to work hard. Like I say, Brea Beal, McDonald's All-American, no slouch at all on defense. She just really needs a team that's willing to take a chance on her. And call it a dream, because a lot of times it is a dream. But in my dream case scenario, the Aces would open up a spot for Brea Beal where even at the end of the bench, she could just sit and learn from starters ahead of her. Who better than Alycia Clark? But even if it's not just the Aces, what if Minnesota would look at her again, which I doubt that they would. But any team, even a team, I like them, but I'm not quite that fond of, because I kind of consider them my competition. What about the Liberty? What if there's a spot that opens? What if there's injuries? There's always injuries, and it was kind of peculiar because there was injuries last season, and Taylor Mikesell got called, and Abby Myers, and who else? What's her name? Ashley Jones got called. A lot of players got called, but nobody called Brea Beal back. But I also think that these players were, ready and raring to go. And I'm not saying that Brea Beal isn't ready and raring to go, but you just have to make sure that you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And, I believe in her. Social media itself is one big world and platform, so you never know who you're speaking to. You never know if you leave comments, if these, celebrities and athletes read them. You never know if, these people reach out to you when you go around on the internet and you talk about, you encourage players and you highlight them in videos and put together packages and talk about athletes. You never know who sees what. But, I've encouraged, from my part, Brea Beal to just not give up. Hence the title, aspire higher. If you look at Alycia Clark, where she came from and where she's at now, to being this 3-time champion, that's a hell of a success story. 2 championships with the Seattle Storm, earned them in all her right. She earned every bit and piece of what she has for her legacy. And I would love to see Alycia Clark retire as a member as the Las Vegas Aces. As an Aces fan, maybe I'm being a little bit greedy, but I don't know how much longer she wants to play. But, I would definitely love to see Alycia Clark retire as a member of this team. And, as you look at a player like Brea Beal, a lot of individuals feel that she may never get there offensively. Some may feel that, maybe she doesn't want it as much as others want it. Perhaps, she does have a boyfriend that's in the NFL, and, NFL players, they get the bag as well. So there's a lot of things at play, but ultimately, if she wants this, because Brea's versatile, can guard multiple positions. Like I say, I'm actually a fan of her shot. If anything, like I think I expressed in part 1, if Brea would have been able to just stay one more season, which she could have, she didn't have to declare, but I'm not upset that she did, because, the WNBA is the toughest league to make. And I also want to put that out there once again, that even though, she didn't make it, and I felt that she should have. If you look at the fact that they could have had, the tandem of the future, a duel of the future with, Diamond Miller and Brea Beal, but Minnesota wanted to have more veterans, I suppose. And, that's the way that they wanted to go. And Ariel Powers and Rachel Banham, then, of course, she got Napheesa Collier, who's a superstar in her own right. But they kept Dorka, and of course they would. She's talented, and Diamond Miller. But you don't you don't keep Brea, and it's a business. I get it at the end of the day, and I don't want to keep harping on that because that's the past. And I'm sure that Brea Beal, if nothing else, she knows what she's capable of doing defensively. And if she can just get the offensive side of her game or get the right coach or the right team to just give her time, and that's something that, unfortunately, because it's such a competitive league, not a lot of teams allow their players time. And so, it's rough in that regard. I'm thankful that Victoria Saxton stuck around for Indiana. I'm thankful that Atlanta kept Letitia Mayhew around. Um, I'm also thankful that Zia Cook up and down season in LA, but she was able to stick around. I don't want to get too far off track here, but the South Carolina team, there was a really, really, really great team, and Brea Beal is one of my favorite players, and maybe I'm a bit biased, but I would love to see her back in the league, using Alycia Clark as an example to motivate her and fuel her to continue to push forward, to continue to grind, to aspire. Because I think that there needs to be up and coming young talent in this league, no matter what they are, no matter what they do, no matter what's their specialty or specialties or abilities, whether it be long range 3-point shooting, great defensive players, players that can make their tails off. No matter what you do, great rebounders. I just think that there should be a place for young up and coming talent in this game, because eventually, you're going to have to bring in, new players. And Rhea's only 23. So, hey, I wish her nothing but the best. Again, it was fun to put these videos together, both of them, part 1 and part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not going to keep you. And with that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe. If you're a Brea Beal fan, let's hope she gets back into the league. Let's encourage her on social media to put that work in. Let's encourage her to just not give up, because she definitely has a skill set, and it's coming along. I definitely feel it will come along for her as long as she just keeps the dream alive. And when that team calls, make the best of it. I'm out. Peace.